All right, folks, it's a little bit after 4. I know some folks have given me a heads up that they're either not going to be able to attend or are going to be late, and I'll go through that in a second. It's our favorite time of year. It's negotiation season, so just start by thanking everybody in advance for their time and attention to this important matter. We're grateful to have all team members participating and contributing. And we've got a great track record of doing good work together, so we're looking forward to it. Also, we'll start by thanking Deb Starling. She's great about organizing all this, pulling all the materials together, and keeping us on task. I'd also like to thank Patrick Hayes in the back for the technology assistance, and then I'd like to thank Scott, our custodian, for jumping in this afternoon and quickly putting everything together. I'm going to go down the list of team members here, and we can kind of acknowledge who's not here and who's here. I don't see Robbie. Oh, Robbie's here. Robbie Smith's here from Nike. Yeah, you guys. I actually put out all of the police cards, so I've confused myself here by mixing you guys amongst each other. Bev Furlong is here from Sunflower. Angela Hansen, of course, is here from Pioneer Ridge. Mandy, welcome back from Trail Ridge. Leslie. From the high school, good to see you. Corey Schrack. Yeah, I can't imagine a baseball coach wanting to take advantage of this beautiful day. So Corey, hope you're having fun. Tom, I know, is here. I think he's in another meeting. Tom Redden, the board president. Greg, I would assume, will try to join us later. Lana Sutton, welcome, board member. Brian Huff is also at another meeting. He'll be here shortly. Bruce Haber did have another commitment. Denise Rousselot was question mark. She had some family issues. Tony Taylor from the high school is here. Good to see you. Amy D is always late. That's part of her charm. So I expect she'll be here shortly. And I'm Jody Marshall from the district office. In the audience, we have Carrie Owings from Sunflower, Mark Meyer from the district office, Leah Bates. You're from Wheat Ridge, right? Yep, okay. And then Linda Seeks here from KNEA. All right, did I miss anybody? Okay. Well, we do have an agenda up here. Let me just kind of pull that up. Pretty straightforward, pretty typical of what we talk about and do at the first meeting. Already done the introductions. I thought we would review the notice letter. I think we can go through that pretty quickly, but it'll give everyone here and then anybody watching in the audience an idea of what was in the notice letters. I think I can find them. So both sides, I think, are getting used to each other's notice letters. They're very consistent and straightforward year to year. GNEA always asks us for a data set about employees, salaries, et cetera. And I think we've gotten you everything you asked for, correct? Okay. So again, we kind of know the drill there. And then just if we look at their notice items, salary schedule, review the overall salary schedule, talk about base pay, step and column movement, and then maintain stipend for related service. So we look forward to hearing about that. Supplementals, you've noticed some specific ones there. And then a request about extended seasons. So we'll look forward to seeing that proposal. Adding column and then providing movement. Again, pretty typical stuff. Increases in extra duty. Extending days or additional days for special ed staff. We'll look forward to hearing that. Some things about short absences. And then we'll have a conversation about discretionary leave and wellness days. And then it looks like maybe some information related to what retirees can sell back for unused sick leave. Is that a fair representation of your items? Okay. The district office, again, pretty similar format. Want to talk a little bit about some of the work related to curriculum, council, and the pay rate for that. Just cleaning up some language for people that are asked to do presentations. Salary schedule, of course. Supplemental salary schedule, of course. And then we want to talk about discretionary leave, which ties into your noticed item. And then we want to just talk about flex days and make sure we're all on the same page for flex days. And as is typically the case, the board team asked the GNEA to provide the data from their survey, their kind of annual survey. And I know Mandy will review that and provide a summary this afternoon. Any questions or concerns about the notice letters? Okay. Seeing none, then I'd probably turn it over to Mandy to give us a brief overview of their their survey. Excuse me.
All right, GNEA did their annual survey of all bargaining unit members. This year we had 347 responses, which is right in line with what we usually have. We talked about base salary. This year we did it on a scale so that they could choose one being not satisfied at all and 5 being very satisfied. If you'll notice, about 77% of them are in the 1 and 2 category, so they're not satisfied with our base salary. Then we had a question directly towards elementary teachers. We had 138 elementary teachers that responded. It was directly related to folding in of students. So on a scale of 1 to 5, with 1 being not satisfied at all and 5 being very satisfied, how satisfied are you with the compensation you receive for folding in? We had quite a few with 41 or 29% and 13%. The 0 is probably not an elementary teacher. So we had quite a few not excited about the folding in salary. Discretionary leave, 1 being not satisfied at all, 5 being satisfied. How satisfied are you with the personal amount of leave you get each year? This one was a little more evenly out. A lot of people are pretty middle of the road on this. We did have about 44% say that they were less than satisfied. Then we talked about personal leave. We gave them the question of either 2 wellness days that do not roll over each year or 1 discretionary day that can be rolled over. We had 102 people say they would rather have a discretionary day so that it can roll over, and 245 people voted for the wellness days just because they were assuming 2 days versus 1 day. Then we asked teachers how long they've been in the district. So we had 115 teachers respond that were here for 1 to 3 years, 131 that were 4 to 10 years, 59, 11 to 20 years, and 42 have been here more than 20 years. We broke those down to the different groups. So the years 1 through 3 group, we asked them what reasons they chose to come work in USD 231. The highest percentage, 72%, is the location. Then it was the positive work culture, and then children in the district are the 3 main reasons they come to work in USD 231. And then what can be done to better support new to the district teachers? Number 1 is better salary. We had a lot talk about SPED support throughout the year, not just at the beginning. Mentoring for new to the profession and position so that you're getting both sets of mentoring. More training on tools that they use every day, more training that's specific for like SLPs and SPED, and separate new to the profession and new to the district trainings so that they're getting what they need. And then we asked, what could the district do or offer to encourage you to stay in the district for at least another 1 to 3 years? Higher pay. Money to purchase supplies was listed quite often, more days. Better benefits, specifically lowering monthly cost options. Increased support for behaviors, we saw that quite often. And then less pressure. Everybody's feeling the grind right now. Our 4 to 10 year group, we asked them the reasons they came to USD 231, location, children in the district, and positive work culture. are the three highest. What could we do to offer you to stay in the district for at least another year? Higher pay, more time off, more support staff, using sick leave instead of having to use your discretionary leave first instead of using sick leave when you're sick. Paid maternity leave showed up again. Increase incentives for hard to fill positions, better benefits, and then recognize teachers more with snacks and goodies. For our 11 to 20 year group, the top reasons for staying in the district: they live in town, children attend school here, close to retirement, relationship with staff and students, they love the community, and they don't want to start over in another district. What could the district do or offer to encourage you to stay in the district? Increased salary, increased retirement benefits, fix the healthcare cost, lighten the teacher workload, more support for behaviors, helping with teacher burnout, smaller class sizes, more support staff, increased longevity pay, more wellness days, and more education or special education support. Our more than 20-year group, what is your top reasons for staying? Live in town, job satisfaction, extracurricular opportunities, children are in the district, the insurance when you retire, school climate, and too many years of service to go anywhere else. What could the district do to offer you to encourage you to stay in the district? Better longevity pay, better salary, better health benefits, more paid time off, fix the special education issues, make changes when learning why staff are leaving, so at those exit interviews, and listen to teachers more. Would you be in favor of developing a late start schedule? We had 78 people say no, 231 people say yes, and 38 people abstained. Some other topics that came up that were not in the different years of service were center-based programs, fixing the high turnover rate, consistent plan time ideas, extra duty, elementary contract time being 7:50 to 3:50, so they have time without students in the morning. Retirement, reduce the time in the district, and then increase the number of sick days that can be sold back. Conferences are a big one. Too long having a 12-hour day, move February to March to avoid weather in the Chiefs. No more Zoom conferences, and equal conference expectations for all levels. Retainment of teachers, more incentives for staying with the district, better longevity pay, and then of course the added positions of art, more counselors at the elementary, and a copy center person or additional copy machines in the buildings. Any questions? All right, it's all yours.
So I'll summarize: location, location, location,
Yeah.
compensation, compensation, compensation.
There's a theme. There's definitely a theme.
I have to tell you, Mandy, I mean, I know this was a collective effort, but this data is invaluable to us. We did discuss it with the Board of Education on Monday night, and we've shared it with the entire admin team. Obviously, it's going to help us in how we approach the negotiations, but it's a lot of good information that will allow us to support all of our staff and focus on retention. So I know Mark Meyer in particular has that real keen interest in the data and information, so thank you for doing that. Okay. Wow, we are ahead of schedule here, I think. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and defer to you guys. Do you have any non-compensation items you're prepared to present?
Yeah, you guys remember you gotta talk to the mic. People can't hear.
And if you have any handouts or anything, or want to pull it up,
I do. It's I only made 10 copies, so we don't need the copy. So if you want to have it, you can have it. This I think is just an honest mistake. So, but it was something that we thought maybe we could tackle today. So last season, we were talking about the short absence section in the negotiated agreement. And we changed the language to reflect the fact that we had teachers that were putting in leave for seminar at the high school, and then we had people, covering classes, but we're only covering some of the class, and we changed the language. And so I just sort of summarized on that handout that I gave you kind of the process of that. So the language change that was proposed and agreed in negotiations is on the top. And basically, it just added some words for a period in which lesson plans are created. And then the email that was sent to USD 231 staff summarized that statement. So it was clarifying this to teachers and to staff who had not watched the negotiations meeting. And basically, the email said, language edit change, professional employee required, to requested, that's fine, to supervise, and note this does not apply to the high school seminar period. And then it had must include a class period with lesson plans are required. So I think what happened was, because the part that says does not apply to the high school seminar period was written in red, it got put into the negotiated agreement, even though that was not the language that we agreed on. So now in the negotiated agreement, it says a class period which requires lesson plans, therefore excluding the high school seminar. But that wasn't the language that we agreed on. We just agreed on a period in which lesson plans are created. So I think it's just an honest mistake that something was written in red and then it got just copy and pasted in. And I just don't think that anybody caught it, because it didn't, we understood what we agreed on. So we just want to change, we just want to request a change to the language that we agreed on. Remove the therefore excluding high school seminar, basically.
I don't have a problem with that, but is there a possibility that clarification actually helps people understand?
I think, so the reason that I think that it's important that we don't have that in there is because should there ever become a time at which there is a lesson that is taught in the high school seminar, now we have two conflicting statements in the negotiated agreement. Because I think what we talked about last year was, this isn't necessarily something that's happening right now, but if we ever move to a situation where we're teaching students about how to, fill out college applications, and we have a written out schedule and a teacher is having to do that, or if we're talking about how to, whatever it is, if there is a lesson plan created in seminar, then that conflicts with the statement about no lesson plan written.
I'm fine.
Okay.
If you don't think, I don't remember, so if
Yeah.
that's not what we agreed to, then let's back it out.
I don't think there was any malintent.
I don't necessarily agree with what you're saying. We don't write stuff in the negotiated agreement we do anticipate things, but if that's not happening at the high school during seminar, then that would be my only rebuttal to that. But I understand what your ask is. It's not a problem. We can agree to that.
Okay. See, we're starting off with a win, right? That's how I roll.
It's all the same item? Yep. Okay. Any other things that you guys are prepared to share? Okay, well, we have a couple of items. See, I'll try to pull it up so the audience can see this one. So we have two things we'd like to present tonight. One, I would suggest is probably fairly low level, but it's just intended to provide some clarity. So when a staff member is asked and agrees to do some kind of presentation, the district will, of course, compensate them for plan time or prep time. But I think over the years, as we've leaned on more and more of our teachers to do this, there's been a little bit of confusion. So we just like to add in section 4, the salary schedule for workshop presentation, just that statement in red. Preparation time exceeding 3 hours requires administrative pre-approval. Typically what we're asking folks to do isn't big time, 2-day seminars or presentations, so that should more than cover it. But if we do ask them to do something pretty involved, we certainly do want to compensate them, but we just want to make sure there's clarity between the ask and admin would always, be reasonable, and then we would just approve it. But this kind of came out of, I don't want to put Dr. Jones on the spot, but I know Jason's asking a lot of people to help out with presentations, and there just seems to be some ambiguity, and we feel like this would help clear it up. Questions? Is it something you guys feel comfortable agreeing to, and or at least tentative agreement? Okay. All right, we'll put that one on hold. The other one is obviously, I think, something that you won't be able to respond to tonight, but our proposal for discretionary leave is to go ahead and add an 11th discretionary day, convert the current wellness day. And the rationale is instead of a wellness day that really isn't articulated in the negotiated agreement, and now becomes a day that's officially in the agreement. So that provides certified staff protection and a guarantee, not like we weren't going to honor the wellness day, guys, but still it's in there, and year to year, it's in there. And it eliminates what we feel like is just some general confusion. It just creates, having a separate wellness day just breeds some confusion, especially when we talk about use it or lose it, which also produces an associated spike at the end of the year or whatever deadline we've used, when people realize, hey, that deadline's sneaking up on me, I got to use it. Then there's a spike in absenteeism. And we want people to, we've said this over and over again, these are earned benefits, we want you to use them. But that just is, I think, cause a little more pressure on buildings and teams as we get into spring or towards the end of the year. So this would, I think, help us at least tamp that down. And then it also, the additional day, as you guys know, we think it would facilitate the rollover options and the sellback options, and enhance those. As you know, in the negotiated agreement, if you don't use so many days, we roll over an extra day, and certainly this would allow folks to take greater advantage of sellback options, in our opinion. Questions? Okay, I'm going to assume that you can't agree to that on the slide. Maybe I am. I'm good at this. Okay, those are the only non-comp items we had, so. So we got 1.5 agreements maybe out of a night. So any other things that you want to share? Any other requests you have? I'd love to get everybody out of here early, and so we can enjoy the evening, but also we've all come together. Are there other things that we can talk about to take advantage of this opportunity? Anything else you need?
Can we just do a quick caucus about that first item? So
Sure.
that you, yeah?
You guys know where the conference room is? Are you comfortable going in there? Okay. We'll get a guide, yes. 5 minutes? Okay, we'll see you in 5. I'll turn this back over to G&EA.
Very dramatic, waiting for me to turn the microphone on. It's like there's a drum roll. We just wanted to meet about the first, now I lost it, the first item that you noticed, and we're gonna accept. So
Okay,
that
super.
The language about preparation time exceeding 3 hours.
2 wins. Super. Okay. Before we start talking about dates for the second meeting, we would like to offer up a budget overview as part of the agenda. I assume you're receptive to that and would want to see that. No, the next meeting. I'm setting the agenda for the next meeting, so anything else you'd like to see on there other than just getting into the noticed items? Okay. All right, if everybody can get their calendar, we've said that we'd like to keep the pace as brisk as is reasonable, so right after spring break. The Wednesday after spring break is okay, besides Amy, anybody else have a conflict? Negotiations comes first. It's my true love. Your what? That's true. Okay. Next Wednesday is second? No, I know that's,
Well, usually it's good, but I mean, a lot of things haven't started yet, so, I mean, could you do it Tuesday or Thursday?
I'm open on the 25th. I'm open both days, so 25th or 27th. Is there a preference?
This room's not available on the 25th.
27th? 27th? Any objections to March 27th? We're locking it in, 4 o'clock, March 27th. Yep. Okay, if you guys think of other things you need in the interim, let us know. Otherwise, enjoy spring break. Thanks, everyone. Good night.